if you suspect you're owed a refund from the county, you have until September 8th of this year to make a claim. After that, all remaining money will go into the county's general fund. Joining me to find out what you need to do to check and apply for refunds is San Diego County's Treasurer, Tax Collector Dan McAllister. And Dan, more than $400,000 of unclaimed refunds, I understand, are sitting in the county's bank.
That's correct.
So where does that money come from?
Well, just about 413 to be very precise this year. $413,000 is money that people either overpaid when they paid their property taxes and are owed a refund for that. And that could have happened any time in the last 4 years or so. So it's important that people go back and check their records, check their checks to make sure that they didn't overpay. And if they did or think they might have, they can come onto our website, they can go onto our phone line, and they can check very easily alphabetically.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that in more detail, but you have a binder here full of people and names of people that are owed money. How many people?
Well, there are a ton of people, and let me just tell you that it's in the hundreds where property taxes are concerned. It's about 652 people, as a matter of fact, for property tax refunds. And then we have another group of people who are owed refunds for deposits and things of that sort, and that amounts to another several hundred as well. The average real estate refund is over $400 that people are owed for overpayment of property taxes, and the average in terms of the smaller amounts winnows down substantially to about $103.
Is the average of what you might be sitting there that you're owed. Well, why would so many people actually overpay on property taxes?
Well, I'll tell you that in one case, for instance, the last 5 or 6 years where the down economy has driven down valuations on property, people pay in advance. They pay what was billed the year before, and therefore they overpay. And if they ask for an assessment appeal, they might have it granted at some point in the next year or so, and that means we owe them money back.
Okay, well, let's get back to that. You know, if you want to know if the county owes you money, and walk us through the steps with that. What do you do to check, and what do you need to do to claim a refund?
It's a very straightforward process. We ask that people go online first. They can do that 24/7, www.sdtreastax.com. That's SDTREAS tax.com. On the website, we have two lists. One list is the real estate taxes that people may have overpaid, and the other is a list of fees that people might have been charged that were refundable fees that maybe they didn't realize were refundable, and those would inure as a result of business with the county in the last 3 years.
So you go online and you find your name and you're like, yippee, and then what?
Well, and then what? You contact us directly, either come in person or contact us by the phone number, and you will be able to speak with a person, and you give the details to the person. You have to present ID and proof that you are who you say you are, and that you're not just the same or another Smith may be listed in the book.
Sure.
But that's how the process works, and if we can verify authenticity, we can turn a refund around in about a week or two.
Okay.
Very quick.
I have a question, though. Since the county has this massive list of money owed to people and who these people are and their names, why not just cut them a check and send it out?
We have. In fact, in many of these cases, we've sent checks 2 or 3 or 4 times. We find that people are very mobile in San Diego. People change addresses. People sell homes. People buy new homes. They move to duplexes. They move to fourplexes. They move to condos. They downsize. They do all kinds of things. So sometimes in the shuffle, these payments or these overpayments get lost, and people forget that they are owed the money.
So specifically remind us, so this money each year, there's a cachet of money, we should say, and then it goes to the county's general fund, and then how does that work? Is it spent on specific things, or is it just bonus?
In this case, if the $413,000 is not claimed by September 8th, we will then initiate a process called escheatment, which sends that money back to the general fund of the county. And then it's up to the decision makers and the policy makers, the Board of Supervisors, to decide how that money is going to be used.
All right. County Treasurer, Tax Collector Dan McAllister, thank you so much for the update.
Pleasure. Thank you.
And I want to let folks know one more time to check the final notice list and claim an owed refund. Go to sdtreastax.com or call the Treasurer's office. The number's on your screen at 877-829-4732.